Welcome back to RinHaru Week Radio, where we gush incoherently about RinHaru while attempting to bring you news about RinHaru Week. I'm Julie.
And I'm Kitty.
And today we're joined by more members of the RinHaru Week mod team.
Hello everyone, I'm Hina Lily, pretty much everywhere. I'm so happy to be here finally. Yay!
Woo!
Yay! And I'm Karra trying everywhere too. Tumblr, Twitter, X, Blue Sky, etc. I'm so happy to be participating in this project. It's something I've wanted to do since forever, and it's finally here.
Yay! We're so glad to have everyone.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we were able to get all of us together. It's a miracle that we were able to get 4 adults to be free at the same time on the same day.
There's a lot going on, so we definitely appreciate that everyone could make it.
The love for RinHaru will bring us together again and again.
The love for RinHaru will make miracles happen.
It's a Haru Rinmas miracle.
Yeah.
RinHaru Week miracle.
So today we assembled as much of the mod team as we could to talk about the driving force of every RinHaru Week event, the prompts.
That's right. Like many other fandom events, RinHaru Week puts out a list of prompts every year to help spark inspiration for everyone to create something for the event.
We have worked hard to give you different prompts each year, and now that list has become enormous.
It is.
So long.
And of course, you might remember that this year we asked everyone to vote on their favorites,
which resulted in an absolutely amazing list for our 10th anniversary RinHaru Week, as well as utter agony for Julie as she waited for a certain 3-way tie to break. But we'll get to that later.
Oh my god.
So let's get into it. The prompts.
Woo!
Yeah!
Woohoo!
So first of all, let's talk about how the RinHaru Week prompt list works. If you visited our Tumblr or checked out our prompt list graphic, you'll notice that there are a lot of prompts. But there's a good reason for that.
It has to do with a little fun fact. The first RinHaru Week was during 2014. It's our 10th anniversary this year! Woo! Yay! Yay!
Woo! 10th anniversary!
Well, it was the highlight of ship weeks back then. RinHaru Week was one of the first fandom weeks on Tumblr to feature multiple prompts per day. It was really special. The prompts were super well received, and it gave RinHaru Week a unique identity back in the day.
We're trendsetters!
Yay! So, every year since then, we've done our best to keep using this style of prompt list. The good thing about this setup is that it allows us to create an interesting list with overarching themes and a lot of options, which means more opportunities for you to come up with lots of ideas.
We know this can seem a little daunting at first. It always was for me. But it's actually super simple. Let's go over how the list is structured.
On our prompt list, you'll find 3 types of prompts per day. There's the main theme of the day, then the red and blue prompts, and the alternate universe prompts. Now we'll go over them.
Okay, first, let's talk about the themes. These are the little titles that you can find just below each of the 8 days numbering, like departure, a new site, Next, we have the red and blue prompts. These are the prompts written in the red and blue columns of our graphic, or that come up when you hover over the cards on our prompt page. Each one of those is a prompt, so that's 2 more prompts per day. The red and blue prompts usually follow the main theme, and because this year's list is a selection from different years, they can be many different things. Some are quotes from the show, others are ideas related to the main prompt, and some are thoughts from Rin or Haru's point of view.
It's also important to note that the colors of the card don't determine which character's point of view you should use. That is completely up to you. You could choose a blue prompt and work from Rin's point of view, or use a red prompt and work from Haru's, or even choose a totally different narrator. Don't let the colors restrict your imagination.
I remember my first prompt that I ever entered in was actually through Makoto's point of view, but it was about RinHaru, so there's an example.
That is totally valid.
Absolutely.
All right, so finally we have the alternate universes. That's the white bar on the bottom of each day card, which is a list of different alternate universe settings. This year, we incorporated the alternate universes that you voted for, along with some of your extra poll suggestions. So, how do you use these prompts? You can use them alone, combine them with other prompts of the day, or even combine them with each other. Do your thing. That's what alternate universes are for.
So that's the structure of our prompt list. Now, we know what you're thinking. That's a lot of prompts. You're right! And you might also be wondering, what am I supposed to do with all of these? Well, first of all, if you want to create a submission for a specific day, you do not have to use all of the prompts on that day's card. You can pick one, pick two or more and combine them, or you can even mix and match between different days. The choice is yours!
As Haru would say, be free!
Yes.
Be free!
Free!
Yes, Haru.
Yeah. I remember that before I became a mod, I also had a problem with that. I had to ask if I could use like 3 or 4 different days together, and that's totally fine. Do what you want.
Use all of the days.
We get that question at least once a year.
Yeah. So, the days are there for organization to determine when your submission will be going up on the blog and what tag we'll be using to archive your posts on Tumblr. For example, if you check our Tumblr tag Day 1 2016, you'll be able to see all the Day 1 submissions we received that year. We also update these after every RinHaru week ends, so make sure to check our tags page for a look at all the submissions we've received in these past 9 years.
Thank you to Hina for helping set that up for us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's our little time capsule. Just like in the show.
Yes!
Yay! Now, remember that on Tumblr, you need to put the RinHaru Week tag within the first 5 tags so that we can find your post. All right, now that you know how the list works, let's introduce this year's prompts.
Yay!
For those of you who are joining us for the first time, the prompt list for 2024 is the result of a community poll. RinHaru fans voted for their favorites from across all the prompts we've ever featured during past RinHaru weeks. It was a really long list, and it took a long time to sort through.
Good job, Kitty.
Good job, Kitty.
Good job, Kitty.
Thank you. Especially when it came to deciding what counted as a duplicate and remembering which prompts were actually red-blue halves of each other. Not to mention tracking down all of our prompts across the decade.
Again, good job, Kitty.
But in the end, it was totally worth it to see everyone come together to help us shape a prompt list that was worthy of 10 years of RinHaru dedication. We received a lot of votes and a lot of interesting suggestions. So thank you to everyone who voted.
Woo! Yay!
Yay!
Thank you!
Thank you, everybody!
The poll was divided between main prompts and alternate universe prompts. And between your votes and suggestions, we've managed to put together something that we're honestly pretty excited about. It's RinHaru Week's greatest hits!
Woo!
Woohoo! Let's go!
So let's start with day 1. The main prompts for this day come from the 2017 event. The theme is Sakura.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
Let's go!
Sakura! My favorite!
Yeah.
The blue prompt is, you once said you wanted to swim in a pool of cherry blossoms. And the red prompt, I'll show you a sight you've never seen before.
Oh.
First of all, let me just say I am so glad a cherry blossom prompt made the cut. You can't have RinHaru or RinHaru Week without cherry blossoms.
I mean, cherry blossoms is RinHaru. That's probably why Sakura was on our list like 1,000 times. Thank you, Kitty.
Thank you, Kitty.
Yeah.
It really was on there so many times in all of its variations. You had petals, you had blossoms, you had flowers, you had Sakura itself, you had cherry blossoms. Every version you can think of cherry blossoms was probably on that list. But I can't blame people.
And they're all different.
Yes. But I can't blame people because these are some of my favorite quotes, and Sakura is one of my favorite prompts for RinHaru.
We do not joke around with cherry blossoms.
Yeah.
That's why we use the cherry blossom emoji constantly in all of our posts.
Yeah.
And why we decorated our entire theme on our Tumblr and all that in cherry blossoms.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our prompts graphic is Sakura
Everything
everywhere.
is cherry blossom.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I
thank you,
don't
Yuli.
know, I feel like the graphic is missing something. What should I do? Oh, let me just add some cherry blossoms. Now it's perfect.
And it was
Now
perfect.
it's perfect. It's true. That's all
Yeah.
we needed to do. So add more cherry blossoms.
Yeah. And talking about that, I fell in love with RinHaru. I mean, it was from the first episode ever, but after that scene in episode 12 of the first season, that just sealed my fate. It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was the same for me, too. I mean, I had always been into RinHaru throughout season 1, but after I saw that scene in episode 12 with Haru going, "It's my turn to show you a sight you've never seen before," and Rin turning around with that soft lighting and the cherry blossoms floating around his face.
The L'Oreal
That just-
ad.
Yeah.
The L'Oreal ad, Rin.
That's how
just-
JoJo
That just
started.
sealed the deal for me. Rin invented shoujo.
Rin basically invented shoujo, and that scene is just such a beautiful depiction of cherry blossoms in general. The way they're floating, and the close-ups, and the pastel background. It just, oh.
And Haru, he was so manly in that one.
And the way that the music swells in that moment.
Mhm.
God,
Prince Haru.
I just love that scene so much.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's funny because before RinHaru, my original association with Sakura was Clamp.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
You think of things
Don't
like
say that in front of Hina.
You
Oh,
think of
no.
things like Seishiro and his cherry blossom tree and stuff like that, which is a completely different connotation.
Like the complete opposite.
But after RinHaru, that became my main association with cherry blossoms. So when I go to DC to go to the Cherry Blossom Festival and everything like that, I have to bring my RinHaru plushies or manju or something to take pictures with the cherry blossoms, because that's what cherry blossoms are for me. They're RinHaru.
If you go to see the cherry blossoms, you are legally required to bring your RinHaru plushies. It is not optional.
True.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It is required.
Yeah, I think they kind of invented the cherry blossoms. They made the cherry blossoms.
They did. RinHaru invented cherry blossoms. Thousands of years ago, cherry blossoms were invented for RinHaru. Because RinHaru is the universe.
Yeah, exactly.
Somewhere someone said, in 2013, there will be an anime who will use cherry blossoms as its main theme for its main characters. So they have to exist for this purpose and this purpose alone.
Exactly.
Yes.
The rest is secondary.
And it's so incredible to watch how the cherry blossom motif has been woven into the story over all of the seasons and the movies. Like, we just talked about where it was in season 1, and then when we get to the final movies and Final Stroke 2, you have that scene where Rin finds Haru by the cherry blossom tree and looking through its petals to find him on the roof, the exact same way that Haru was able to find Rin by reaching their Sakura tree in season 1. So it really is baked into RinHaru.
The cherry blossoms guided Rin to Haru.
Sakura trees are basically like a homing beacon for Rin and Haru for each other.
I remember calling it the cherry blossom Wi-Fi at some point.
That's a great phrase.
The two of them are connected to the cherry blossom Wi-Fi, and they just know when the other one is nearby. Mm-hmm. They're pairing up like Bluetooth.
Yeah, and the fact that they make cherry blossoms bloom out of nowhere in the middle of summer or winter, that's just magic.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's because cherry blossoms were invented for them.
And their leitmotif is literally called cherry blossom.
True, absolutely. It's the RinHaru magic.
Yeah, you know how usually in anime cherry blossoms are used to depict something that is ephemeral or that only lasts for a little while because cherry blossoms bloom for very little time before they fall. And here in Free, it's like the complete opposite. It's like cherry blossoms are like constant in Rin and Haru's life, just like their relationship is a constant throughout the entire series. I think that it's really beautiful how even that is like it was made for them.
It's because RinHaru is eternal.
They made cherry blossoms eternal.
Yeah.
Unseasonal cherry blossoms are eternal. Yeah.
They're magic, out of season, eternal. RinHaru.
They even managed to create cherry blossoms where cherry blossoms weren't when they had their big swim in Final Stroke 2 because of the lighting that's shown on the water. It makes it look like cherry blossoms.
Oh my god.
And it's kind of incredible.
Well, Rin did say he wanted to swim in a pool of cherry blossoms. Haru just made that happen through the power of RinHaru.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think it must have been Haru's idea to fill the pool with cherry blossoms.
It so was.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that Haru remembers pretty much everything that Rin has ever said to him ever.
That's true.
So,
even though for a lot of other things, Haru just either doesn't remember or pretends that he doesn't remember.
Yeah.
He remembers everything about Rin.
Hey, and
with Rin, he remembers everything.
And whoever said it was Makoto, no, you didn't. Shh.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Makoto remembers that too, because, you know, he's that kind of friend. He remembers the important stuff. But Haru definitely remembered.
And Makoto is also always kind of there, witnessing major RinHaru events.
It's true.
Third wheeling all the time.
Except for when he isn't.
He has to be there for moral
He's always
support.
there except for when he isn't.
Oh, that's right. When he is there, but then he's not there.
When he mysteriously vanishes.
You know how when you get married, you need to have a witness?
True.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
True.
That's Makoto's
This is
role
pretty much
in all
the same
this.
thing. This is pretty much the same thing, yeah.
It's true.
Again, these prompts are kind of very specific to a specific part of the series, but that doesn't mean that you have to specifically talk about these scenes. You know, I'll show you a site you've never seen before. Could be many things.
It could be any site.
Mm-hmm.
And swimming in a pool of cherry blossoms doesn't necessarily have to refer to the times in the show where we did actually have a cherry blossom pool. It could be something else entirely.
It could. I mean, it's RinHaru. They're gonna manage it eventually.
Yeah.
I feel like they must, once a year, whenever the cherry blossoms come out, they must attempt to do a cherry blossom
To
pool
watch
every
them
year.
together.
I feel like that's something that they would do.
Yes.
Their annual cherry blossom pool reunion.
Yeah.
That's so cute. I love that.
Even though the water's a little cold during those times, but Haru doesn't care.
We know Haru is willing to risk a cold for Rin.
I mean, pools can be heated up, so...
That's true.
Or they could do it in the bathtub.
That's also true. Anniversary cherry blossoms.
Wink, wink.
Ooh. All right, get into day 2.
Okay. So next is day 2. These prompts are from 2014, the very first RinHaru Week. The theme is departure. The blue prompt is, what sort of sight are you seeing now? And the red prompt is, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Okay, I'll say it. I think this is peak RinHaru. Thinking about one another, even while they're apart, wanting to be together again. It's peak. It's them. It's literally the entire series. Great choice to everyone who voted for this one. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's like that quote from Utsumi where they talk about how no matter how far apart they are, no matter how they clash, they will always come back to each other.
Yep.
Exactly. And I like this one a lot because this is kind of the pining quote, which of course is something we see in full force in Final Stroke 2.
Oh,
yes.
It's
my god.
The pining is real.
It just keeps coming back.
It has always been real.
I mean, if it works.
We actually had one of the runner-ups for day 1 was mutual pining. But
oh god.
I think we got that covered here instead.
It is.
I mean, the thing about some of these is, like, mutual pining is basically the essence of RinHaru. So that as a prompt is just, like, you might as well just say, write RinHaru. Draw something RinHaru.
Draw something RinHaru.
That's why it's peak. It's peak. It's peak RinHaru.
It's peak!
It is.
Yeah. True. All right. Next is day 3. These prompts are also from the 2014 event. The theme is reunion. The blue prompt is, you clear up cold. And the red prompt is, letters that were for you.
I love this. Voting for departure and reunion one after another. RinHaru fans know what RinHaru fans like.
We do.
Yeah.
I remember when season 2 ended and it just kicked off all of these kind of long distance RinHaru fics, which would always be about them still trying to connect with each other while they were gone. And some of these would always culminate with an ultimate reunion. So it really is baked into the soul of RinHaru. They're going to be apart sometimes. That's always going to happen. You're going to have the inevitable breakup. But
always.
They will always recover from it and find their way back.
Yeah. And it's such a lovely connection. The departure and the reunion. It just makes sense to be together. And also the longing, the pining, it's just wonderful. And it's...
The pining, the essence of RinHaru.
Yeah.
It's big.
And it can be felt in these prompts. It's just gorgeous. Chef kiss.
Mwah. Going back to Kitty, when you mentioned all of the long distance fics, I was thinking about how Free has been around for so long that when people were writing fics about Rin and Haru going long distance back in the day, they were using Skype in a lot of the fics.
No. Yeah.
Oh my god, I had forgotten that little detail.
Yeah, if they want to write those now, they need to be using like Discord and things like that.
Zoom didn't
I'm
exist.
imagining Haru as a Discord user.
No.
Oh my god,
Haru
no.
would be amazing as a Discord user. I don't even know.
Do you think Haru has Nitro so that he can use Iwatobi-chan emojis everywhere?
Of course he does. What's the point of him having Discord without that?
Discord user Haru would speak entirely in emojis and stickers and GIFs.
Yeah, that's true.
Not only Watobi-chan, but also Samesuka-chan and like other mascots.
All of the mascots. All of the mascots.
Yeah. And Rin
drive
hates
Rin
it when
insane.
Haru DMs him. Yeah, Rin hates it when Haru DMs him on Discord because Rin doesn't have Nitro, so Haru is just like sending him all of his Nitro emojis, and Rin can only use the basic ones.
Yes. It's okay. Rin just needs to keep spamming heart.
That's all.
Rin only has Discord so that he can talk to Haru because it's the only app Haru will talk to.
Rin only needs to spam heart and the Sakura emoji and probably the swimming man emoji, and that's all he needs to communicate with Haru.
And the
Not
meat
us
emoji.
coming up with a Discord AU.
The meat emoji.
He needs the meat emoji to make sure that Haru's
The meat
eating
emoji. Yeah, that's how you have to communicate with Haru. You have to use emojis.
He uses every emoji. He wants to say something, he uses a freaking emoji. If he wants to talk about a cat, he uses a cat emoji.
Because Haru doesn't know how to type, so he'll just scroll through the list of emojis and press the one that he wants.
Oh my gosh.
No.
No, because there was that skit about when Rin left his water bottle at Haru's apartment.
Yeah, the Spotlight
Yep.
Color
And-
magazine.
And Haru was trying to text Rin, like, you left your water bottle here.
He
But
could barely
He
write
couldn't,
it.
he could barely get it out. So what he wrote in Japanese ended up sounding a lot like, you left me? And Rin, like, frantically calls Haru, like, what's going on?
I think
Has
we
to
can
reassure
say-
him.
I think we can say that Haru was a bit sad that Rin left him. And also the water bottle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Haru was probably, like, clinging to that water bottle, like, I still have a piece of it here with me.
He will come back. I know it.
So what we have determined is that somebody is legally required to write us a Discord fic this year.
Yes, that's
We just
that's the special mod team prompt.
We just gave you the inspiration. Now go. It's yours.
Now for day 4. These prompts were originally from the 2017 event. The theme is competition. The blue prompt is, Rin, I want to be like you too. And the red prompt is, I'll take your cold expression and make it hot.
Ooh.
That's one of my favorites. I'll take your cold expression and make it hot. That is the thirst prompt.
And finally, we can talk about how Rin is thirsty for Haru too. Yes, the time has come.
You're implying that we ever stop talking about how they're both thirsty for each other. Though Haru's thirst didn't truly start to kick in until after Rin left for Australia that first time, which eventually led to the first quote. Haru says it after reading Rin's letter from Australia in Starting Days. Technically, Rin tried to pretend the letter was to Sosuke, but Sosuke ended up giving it to Haru when he saw that it was basically all about Haru, and Rin had crossed out you every time he wrote Haru. As the letter was all about Rin's struggles in Australia and how he was trying to battle past them to be as amazing as Haru, Haru's reaction in this quote is especially powerful. It really reveals how mutual their intense rivalry and respect for each other is.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to hammer it down. They both admire each other, even though Haru doesn't say it that often.
Yeah, I think that that's something that's really important because Rin expresses himself so openly, it can kind of seem like Haru doesn't really care as much, but he expresses himself in other ways, right?
Haru's always smiling on the inside.
He's always smiling on the inside. And sometimes he's smiling on the outside as long as Rin is there.
Exactly.
Exactly. And as everyone has said, the second quote is Rin being a thirsty little shark, but also him trying to draw out Haru's raw competitive side in the first episode of Eternal Summer. His expression in that scene truly sells it, as does Haru's sort of bemused reaction.
I love how in that scene, when it closes in on Rin's intense expression when he's looking at Haru, you can see Haru reflected in his eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
I love that reflected in each other's eyes effect that they do.
We had some really good choices for this prompt that people had to ultimately choose between. Like
Were they all as thirsty as this one?
Not quite as thirsty as this one, but I will say they were close. I think my second favorite amongst this bunch was "You took my hand, I reached out, and it's my turn." Yeah.
That could be thirsty.
That's what I'm saying. Not quite as, but I guess it's not quite as obviously thirsty, but it's still thirst in its own way. Just more, I guess, a romantic way versus this raw feral energy.
It's more subtle than Rin saying that he wanted to devour Haru to the bone like he did in the novel. So
a little bit more subtle than that.
That's not thirsty at all.
Why has, on multiple occasions, Rin biting Haru? Like, why is that a thing that happens so often?
why isn't it a thing? He's a shark.
You're so right.
He is a shark.
Bored.
That is true. And obviously we have all those wonderful lines in the MOOCs that talk about how Rin wants to eat Haru. So
Yeah, also a recurring theme.
you can take that as you will.
And we shall.
We shall.
Yeah.
We always do.
And you should too, listeners.
You definitely should too.
Let's not forget that Haru asked Rin to bite him. So
It's consensual.
it's
Haru
consensual
asked Rin to
first.
bite him, and, you know, like I was saying last time, he could have just stuck his hand through the bars of the jail cell. He didn't have to, like, bare his neck and pull his shirt down. That was unnecessary.
Oh no, he absolutely did. He had to. For us.
I mean,
He did it for us.
maybe that's just the way that half fish men do things. they just
True.
have to
Thirstily.
bear everything. As Haru's lack of pants in that scene showed.
Yes. And there are some great fics inspired by that scene as well. Hina.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that right now.
But now that we've mentioned all of this wonderful thirsty ideas, we can't wait to see your own thirst. I mean, competitive works for this year.
Oh no.
Now for day 5. These prompts are from the 2014 event too. We had a lot of favorites from that year.
The 2014 prompt list was great. I'm so glad everyone likes it too.
So the theme is, don't go where I can't follow. The blue prompt is, everything went dark. And the red prompt is, I've always admired you.
Oh,
I really wanted to talk about this one because the race was close. There were 3 prompts that were in the running for first place the whole time.
And in the end, people craved their angst because there's no angst like RinHaru angst.
we
Nope.
crave it because it's so good. I'm so happy we have our angst day. Although, if it just so happens that you don't like angst, you can still make happy fan works with these prompts. I have some ideas. Everything went dark. Write about a candlelight dinner. Don't go where I can't follow. Maybe Rin gets lost in the crowd while trying to buy Haru a plushie. Get creative. This is a really good set of prompts, so make good use of it.
Yeah, and you know, the I've always admired you makes me cry. Because it's such a wonderful quote that came from RinHaru. And you know, the song that plays during that scene, Feel My Heart, gosh, that is my second favorite RinHaru song.
What's the first favorite?
Oh, the first one, you'll see in a little bit.
Ooh, it's a surprise.
That is a good second favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, Feel My Heart is great.
Cherry Blossoms is a close second too.
I mean, how could it be? Cherry Blossoms is RinHaru. We
It's
established
literally the RinHaru song.
I just love having the angst day because I feel that there's aside from, like Hina said, you can go non-angst, but for those who want to go angst, there are so many delicious possibilities. And obviously it doesn't have to end with angst. It just has to put them through challenges like what usually happens in the season. You gotta go through those hardships in order to come out stronger than ever.
With no rain, you can't get a rainbow.
RinHaru is basically the AO3 tag angst with a happy ending.
It is.
True. Yeah.
There's a reason why that is my favorite tag.
Yeah.
Angst with a happy ending.
That and mutual pining.
Yes.
Yeah. Mutual pining usually does include angst.
That is true.
It has to.
I want to hear more about Julie's struggle with the three-way tie.
Please.
Okay. So there were 3 prompt sets that were in first place together the entire time. And I was watching the results as they were coming in. And every hour even, there was a different one out of these 3 that was in the lead. So aside from the one that did get chosen, the other prompts that were in the running were the best team as an overall theme day, and side content and drama CDs, official works.
Oh my god.
Well, the people who voted for side content are going to be happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much can be wrapped into every prompt they want.
Yeah.
So.
And a lot of these prompts do come from side content, actually. We'll get into some of those a little bit later.
And I mean,
True.
let's face it, the best team is RinHaru.
RinHaru is the best team.
We keep coming back to this, but it's true.
We keep coming back to, this prompt is just RinHaru.
That's because they are. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah, good job. I like that. I feel, again, that Final Stroke really kind of centered on all of the key RinHaru prompts. And again, you see the best team come into play there, because once again, RinHaru are able to share a team. Yay!
Yay!
And they
I love it when they're
swim
on the same team.
They swim their best when they are together.
They do.
Absolutely. They bring the best out of each other.
Exactly.
I think that's something that I just love so much about RinHaru, is that they're always motivating each other. And especially from Haru's end, you know, Rin brings him out of his shell so much, but Haru also motivates Rin in that way that Rin, you know, admires Haru and wants to be better himself.
And we see Haru's side of the I've always admired you in his scene where he's practically yelling into Rin's face in Take Your Marks movie, where he is telling Rin that he is the one that has inspired him to come all this way, and he brought him all the way here, and how dare he quit now, and everything like that. So that becomes the moment that we kind of get the Haru flip side of Rin's very powerful and very often quoted, I've always admired you.
Right. I think that moment's a real, rather than being open all the time like Rin is, Haru kind of lets these things bubble up inside him until they burst out in these amazing displays of emotion that we get from him.
And we get to see how passionate Haru really is. It's not just, I'm cold all the time. No, he is passionate. He just doesn't say it all the time. He doesn't show it all the time.
Right. And when he does show it,
gosh.
Yeah.
That's the stuff.
That's the stuff. That's the good stuff.
And that's why Kyoani keeps reusing it every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the RinHaru blueprint.
Yeah.
So we really want to see you guys create your own take on all this, your own take on the RinHaru blueprint, as it were, and the incredible things that you come up with for this day.
We will appreciate the angst. Yeah. If you don't want to make angst, we will appreciate it too.
I appreciate RinHaru in all its forms.
Yeah, I appreciate a good grinding of emotions.
Yeah.
Grinding of emotions.
That's exactly how Kyoani would describe it, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to do a thirst fill, go right ahead.
Wow.
You can combine the prompts however you want.
Yeah. Okay. Up next, we have day 6. These prompts are from the 2020 event. The theme is discoveries. The blue prompt is evolution. And the red prompt is transformation.
I love this one. I know I say this a lot, but this is such a good set. Transformations is such a great prompt. You can use it for pretty much everything. Like changing schools, switching bodies, boyfriend clothes, transformation. It's
Boyfriend
great.
clothes.
Yes, it's great.
And I love the idea of how RinHaru's relationship evolved over the years and seasons. You really get to see all of the changes, how it goes from like this just unsure feelings to the crush to the, this is messy now because I don't know how I feel, to ultimately the more mature where we can actually talk out our feelings and come to decent conclusions without storming away.
Don't call them out like that.
Love it when they actually talk to each other.
Or maybe this prompt makes you think of evolutions. Either way.
I like that.
Yeah, the evolutions. That's such a good twist, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, and I also remember that we were excited because 2020 was going to be the Olympics. And we wanted to make the prompts Olympic themed, but it didn't exactly pan out. You know what happened with pandemic and everything. But at least we tried.
Yeah, I mean, the Olympic sequel, Final Stroke, was supposed to come out in 2020, but it didn't. It came out in 2021. So I say we did pretty well, all things considered, with the 2020 prompt list. That was a year. At least the RinHaru Week prompt list was good.
True.
RinHaru got us through it.
It always has been good.
Yeah, but we needed it to be good that year.
Especially good, yeah.
We needed it to be good.
We needed a very strong dose of RinHaru that year, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
Healing by RinHaru. Yeah.
They heal each other. They heal us.
I also like the overall theme of this one with discoveries, since, again, there is a lot you can do with discoveries. They can discover things about each other. They can discover things together. We love when they discover things together. Or it could be
like
about,
in Australia.
Yeah. Or it could be about discovering feelings. So there's lots of great things that this really opens the field up to.
There's a lot of things that can be discovered.
Yes.
Okay, for day 7, the most voted prompt was from 2016. The theme is a new site. Very RinHaru. Again.
Appropriate.
The blue prompt is words that changed my life. And the red prompt is, can you see the endless horizon?
The music that changed our lives.
And as promised, this is my number 1 RinHaru song, the words that changed my life.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Very good choice.
Reveal.
That is also a very good choice. I'm pretty sure that you were one of the mods who suggested the music prompt way back then in 2016. So it doesn't surprise me that it's your favorite song. It was a good idea.
Guilty as charged. I just live to serve RinHaru's and their world domination agenda through music. Also, I love that the theme for day 8 hints at an open ending. It's not just RinHaru's never-ending possibilities, but also the creativity of the fandom and, of course, this event.
Yeah, because RinHaru is eternal.
Yeah.
Actually, we did have a day 7 that had the eternal prompt.
Right. Yeah.
We
Yes.
did. Because it's RinHaru.
Of course.
I believe the Eternal prompt was one of the ones that we merged into possibly this exact thing, the a new site, as part of our figuring out just how many different variations of duplicates we could truly list. It was hard because some of them were really thematic and had really pretty feels to them, but we also didn't want to give people like 100 options to choose from.
And ultimately, they kind of mean the same thing. Like when you have multiple versions of Cherry Blossoms or Red String of Fate, we know what it means.
Yes.
I was going to say with the Cherry Blossoms, you could arguably have like 50 different prompts just based on cherry blossoms. Because you could say tree, you could say petals, blossom, flower, you know, all of those could be different prompts.
I'm pretty sure we have had those as prompts that Kitty had to erase as duplicates.
I think we did have almost 50 different variations on Sakura, so I am going to throw that out there. That was another hard thing deciding, but I like petals, and it sounds really pretty.
Petals was a prompt.
And blossoms, like blossoming into something new.
So, there were quite a few of these, and that's what happened with Eternal. But I really like that this ended up being the music prompt, because the music for RinHaru is so powerful, and it's nice to kind of have a prompt that really showcases that. That, and I really I love the phrase, "Can you see the endless horizon?" It's beautiful to me. It always inspires.
Even though it's from a techno porno.
Even if it's from a techno porno. I have explicitly explained that even though that music sounds like techno porno, if you listen to the lyrics, they are transcendent.
They are. I mean, this was really a light bulb moment from Julie. Thank you, Julie.
I'm glad that we had an opportunity to sneak something from Final Stroke 2 in there, because, you know, obviously we've had some great prompts over the years, but Final Stroke 2 is pretty new, so we didn't have a lot of prompts that went in that direction, and I was like, we gotta get Final Stroke 2 in here somewhere. How can we take these prompts and make that happen somehow? And we got some good suggestions in the suggestion part that had to do with these RinHaru songs. So I think that really worked out well, so that we could combine them.
Yeah, and I was thinking, when you said that you had to put Final Stroke 2 in there somewhere, I was thinking this whole event is about RinHaru history at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there has to be a little bit of everything. It's 10 years of content.
Yeah.
It's nice to have the representation of a little bit of each of the seasons. I mean, we have done that in the past, because that is RinHaru as well.
Yes. That's what we did last year for the free 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
Where we had 10 days of prompts. So that we could have all 10 installments of the series.
That was bonkers, but it was gorgeous.
I remember when we put out the prompts list, people were like, 10 days?
I mean, it's 1 year per day. That's pretty condensed, if you asked me.
I think so.
To be fair.
Yeah. I mean, it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, and I really think that the two songs really go with the theme, new side, because you have Haru's point of view, Rin changing his life, expanding his world, and then the endless horizon, and if that's not eternal.
It reminds me of that quote from Rin in the preview to the Haru Regalia episode, where he says to Haru, "Ever since I met you, my world kept expanding."
Exactly.
Yes,
that is the reference.
Yes.
That is the reference, yes.
Yeah. Man, I love that episode.
Don't we all?
We can always talk about Australia.
Yeah.
Yes, always more Australia.
With eyes clear as water.
Incredible.
And finally, the prompts for day 8. These are from 2017. The theme is shoujo shenanigans.
Let's go!
Woo!
The blue prompt is Rin, make rainbows again. And the red prompt is a smile, 10 of them. I'm so happy this was in the mix because it's one of my favorites. It revokes some of my fondest RinHaru memories when they're being totally sappy dorks. RinHaru were truly made for shoujo.
That's exactly how this prompt was born, actually. The 2017 prompt list had an overarching theme of telling the story of RinHaru across the prompts, and day 8 was going to be the day focused on the extra materials, the stuff that comes after the story is finished and Rin and Haru are happy and together again. There was a lot, and I mean a lot of brainstorming about how to name this day. Because it's not exactly dating, it's not exactly pre-relationship stuff either. It's just Rin and Haru getting up to their shoujo shenanigans, and that was it. The extra content where Rin and Haru are absolutely shoujo with each other.
I mean, they're pretty shoujo with each other in the show, too.
Yeah,
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
But we really get some peak examples in the extra materials. The first quote is from the Illustration Works drama CD and connects to a picture of Rin and Haru hanging by the pool while their younger versions play on the bottom of the image. We rambled a bit about this in the first podcast, but the idea of little Rin trying to make rainbows while splashing at little Haru is too precious, especially when Haru's older version eggs on Rin's older version. All ending with Rin's sappy line to himself, agreeing to make rainbows for Haru. It's too much cuteness to handle.
Tooth rotting, cuteness, sweetness, and everything. God.
He's like, all right, I'll make rainbows for you.
Oh, no. I can't handle it.
And he says it's so, kind of grumpy soft at the same time. It's just so cute.
Yeah. That grumpy soft thing that you do when you're like, I can't believe I'm in love with this guy of all people.
I can't believe I'm going to do this for this person that I love so much. God damn it.
Yeah.
He makes me do the dumbest things.
I think this is what also inspired a lot of kind of rainbow-oriented RinHaru works, because people really kind of tagged on to this concept of rainbows. And it kind of first comes from here, and this drama CD and this exchange and everything, especially the picture. So it's always had its genesis essentially in fanworks.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, aside from the other obvious connotations of the rainbow.
True.
This is true.
As long as Giovanni keeps drawing Rin with rainbows, then we'll just keep using it.
I think they're trying to tell us something. I don't know what it is, but they're trying to tell us something.
I wonder.
It might be something about Rin. I'm not sure.
No idea. No.
Well, the second quote is, of course, from Anonatsu no Long Slow Distance, the special audio episodes that came with the Eternal Summer DVDs. We talked about it in the first episode because I'm pretty sure we talked about almost, emphasis on almost, everything RinHaru. But it's basically...
There are things that we talked about RinHaru for over 2 hours, and there are still things that I say, oh my god, I can't believe we didn't mention that.
Yes! we realize we missed things. I as hard it is to believe, we did miss things.
The gift that keeps on giving.
So true.
But this quote, it's basically Rin teasing Haru to smile while Haru is part-timing at a burger joint, and Haru, being the tsundere that he is, naturally refuses.
Smiles are out of stock.
Unbelievable. Yes. I still can't believe they went that way, because there's a little pause when Haru's smiles are smiles. And you don't know what he's going to say, if he's going to say no, but he can't just refuse outright. He has to say, they're out of stock.
Yeah.
And Rin's like, well, go in the back and make some more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I
And
can't
it's
believe it.
funny because we also were talking recently, and I almost completely forgot about this other absolutely ridiculous shoujo inspiration, which is the one where I think it's Makoto having a dream about how the guys are now girls except for Haru, and Haru ends up walking into the Samzuka area, and no, it's the other way around. Rin ends up walking
they
into
kind of switch around.
Yeah, they do, but it's so we're
Like, Haru's a guy and then he's a girl.
yeah, but it's particularly the scene where Rin walks into all the Iwatobi girls, and Haru basically says that he's single.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
That is an unbelievable drama CD
It's
track.
a season 3 drama CD, right?
Yes,
It
yes,
is,
it's
yeah.
season 3.
It was called The Mixer from
Yeah.
Hell.
Yes,
Yes.
because it was Makoto's worst nightmare.
It really was. He's dreaming that all of the boys are going to a mixer with a bunch of girls, but the girls are actually the guys from the Samazuka swim team as girls.
Mhm.
But then, like, halfway through, they start talking about how, Rin as a girl, is coming, and Haru gets interested. But then once Rin arrives, he's a guy, and then suddenly Haru's a girl, and he's like, I'm Haruka. I don't have a boyfriend. Like, he literally just saw Rin and was like, hi, I'm single.
Yes! It's like, you can't make this type of shoujo up. I mean, we want you to. We hope you make up even more. But, I mean, just the inspirations that you have for it are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. The extra materials are so much fun. I mean, they help us visualize the boys as they are when they are not with a camera on them.
Yeah. I love them just hanging out.
I could totally go for an actor's alternate universe, yeah.
Yeah.
RinHaru fans really understood the assignment. This is probably our best prompt list.
It's so good.
It is.
I really feel like all of these prompts, not only are they good on their own, but when you put them all together, they kind of tell the story of RinHaru.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have that first initial attraction, and then the part where they clash, and then they're apart, and then they come back together again, and they get into a little competition, and they end it all with a little shoujo shenanigans.
As they do. As they should.
As they do. As they should.
Okay, but that's a good point, because given that this is our best of RinHaru Week prompt list, we know that a lot of people have probably already created or shared fan works with these prompts and themes before, or they've submitted to RinHaru Week before. And you know what? You can do it again!
Do it again!
Yeah! We support the 2-cake theory at RinHaru Week.
Yes, 2 cakes.
2 cakes.
You can never bake enough RinHaru cakes.
Exactly. Even if someone or yourself has already written a RinHaru merfolk fanfic, for example, you can write another one. You should write another one.
There can never be enough RinHaru merfolk fanfic.
Exactly.
Or half Fishman fanfic.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yes. Haru would be very proud of you. So yeah, just draw the fan art, take that photo. Nobody can tell your story better than you can. Motivation. And there is never enough RinHaru in the world. So go and do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Fill the world with RinHaru.
Yes.
That's why we have RinHaru Week, because we want to fill the world with RinHaru.
Paint the world in RinHaru.
Yes. And just like Rin and Haru are the epitome of bringing the best out of each other, let's do the same. So if any past work has inspired you, then we can safely say that the more, the merrier. Just let the creative juices run their course and show us a sight we've never seen before.
Or you could also show me a sight I've already seen 1,000 times. As long as it's RinHaru, I'm very okay with that.
Yeah, I'll still like it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Kiani does.
Yeah. RinHaru is like comfort food.
Yeah. And that's not like 2 cake theory, that's like 1,000 cake theory.
Yeah.
You know?
I will eat RinHaru cake every day of my life.
I have a separate stomach
Yeah.
specifically for RinHaru cake.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of the guy going, holy shit, 2 cakes, he's like, holy shit, 1,000 RinHaru cakes.
Yes. Let's go.
And I will eat them all.
Give me
And I will
another
eat them
cake,
all. All right. Speaking of showing us a site we may or may not have seen before, let's get into the alternate universe prompts.
Ta-da, ta-da, ta, ta, ta-da, ta-da, ta, ta.
So day 1's alternate universe prompts are parents, festivals, and Hanahaki.
Oh my god.
I fought for Hanahaki being on the Sakura Day, because what other flowers would Rin and Haru cough up?
I mean, it makes sense.
I was actually really surprised to know that in other fandoms, Hanahaki is a thing, because it just sounds so quintessentially RinHaru. I was like, wait, you guys also have flowers?
It's easy to forget that flowers are not inherently RinHaru.
I mean, cherry blossoms are inherently RinHaru. Thousands of years ago, cherry blossoms were invented for RinHaru, so... because RinHaru is the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yeah.
And I mean, what other ship, aside from Clamp, we don't want to go there. What other ship has cherry blossoms so thematically linked with their story? If they're gonna cough up flowers because they are in love, it will be cherry blossoms.
Right. I don't think I've ever seen a RinHaru Hanahaki fic that was any other flower.
Yeah.
Not to say that you can't write it as another flower, because, as you might know, Rin and Haru do have flowers of their own to represent them individually.
Mm-hmm.
Haru is hydrangeas and Rin is pansies, which
It's kind of funny.
is kind of funny. Again, Kyoeni, are you trying to tell us something?
I feel like they are trying to tell us something.
I'm really glad that Parents is here too, because I know a lot of people like writing about their, I guess, Fanyan children, Sakura, and I believe the other one's Niji.
Yep.
Yes.
So this gives people that opportunity to bring back that kind of classic aspect of RinHaru fan works as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did get suggestions in our poll results of people asking us to include the fandom love children in the prompt list.
Yes.
And this is our little way of saying, hey, we hear you. There you go.
You can do it. And it doesn't just have to be Rin and Haru as parents. It could also be Rin and Haru's parents, or any other kind of parents-themed thing. The choice is yours.
They can also be pet parents.
Exactly.
Yes.
They can have fur babies. If you
Fur
want them
babies,
to
yeah.
have fur babies, there you go.
I want them to have fur babies. I want Rin and Haru to have a stupid little dog that they take on runs. And its tongue is always flapping around when it's trying to keep up with them.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's so cute. That's so cute.
And I like festivals here because I remember some of the other prompts that used to be around that we kind of ended up incorporating had to do with the holiday ones, because I think we were having RinHaru during Christmas again, and there were special prompts for Christmas and New Year's and stuff like that. So I think this helps wrap some of those holiday as well as general festivities that could be associated with the different global competitions, or even Oban and a lot of the other festivals, you know, that we see in the show.
Let's not forget.
Or the Crab Festival.
Kani, kani,
The Crab
kani, kani,
Festival.
Kani, 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 kani.
Let's not forget that RinHaru Week is starting on December 25th this year. So,
Merry Haru Rinmas!
Merry Haru Rinmas!
Merry Haru Rinmas!
Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, you can still celebrate Haru Rinmas.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so for day 2, the alternate universes that you voted and that we chose are canon divergence, sci-fi, and magic and fantasy. Woohoo!
Ooh.
Ooh.
I love magic and fantasy.
Yeah.
And I love sci-fi.
Yeah.
And I love everything else.
When I was putting together the first draft of the prompts of the alternate universes all together, and we ended up with sci-fi and magic and fantasy together, I said that someone has to write about RinHaru wizards in space.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
I would read it.
RinHaru.
So now everyone-
RinHaru Wizards in Space.
now everyone that has listened to this podcast has to write RinHaru wizards in space.
Every single person has to
Everyone.
write their own version of this fanfic.
Every single one.
1,000 RinHaru cakes.
Even if it's just a
Yeah.
sentence.
You are all legally required to write RinHaru Wizards in Space. Please.
That's it. Just that phrase. Upload.
I think canon divergence is an interesting one here too, because I know some people are like, well, isn't that all alternative universe? But
Technically.
I admit, this was one that I've always been kind of hit or miss in Free, because I'm like, oh, but what if this doesn't happen or this doesn't happen? But I've also read some amazing fanfics that are canon divergence. And
Yeah.
there are really cool things that can be done with canon divergence that could easily be wrapped into sci-fi magical fantasy, like maybe RinHaru Wizards happened after they finished their Olympics or something. So you can
Magic was
always
suddenly
have that
discovered.
happen.
You can always combine these prompts.
Yes. But yes, I think there's some cool things you can do with it.
Yeah, combine them. Nothing is written in stone.
Let's not forget that canon divergence is on day 2. The theme for day 2 is departure. So there's a lot of things that you could do with canon divergence and departure. Maybe someone leaves sooner or arrives later. There's a lot of stuff that you can change in the story, and it could lead to very interesting possibilities.
I think that all of these AU prompts kind of have a mysterious feel when you put them together.
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the idea. You can do basically whatever you want. It is an alternate universe. As long as it's RinHaru, it's going to be good, so.
All right. Day 3 AUs. Time travel and reincarnation, coffee shop, and college or university.
These are some classic AU prompts.
Classic.
Yeah. I love reincarnation.
Oh yeah, reincarnation is one of my favorites.
I've written reincarnation.
I think we've had time travel reincarnation most years of RinHaru Week. I don't want to risk saying all because
Yeah.
just in case, but I think most years we've had time travel reincarnation.
Yeah, it's such a juicy prompt.
Yeah. I think it's something that's so interesting with RinHaru because we do spend a lot of time with flashbacks in the story and also with talking about the future. So it's kind of something that's the potential for it is baked into the story.
And a lot of things that could have gone differently if Rin or Haru had done things differently or said what they wanted to say at different points. It's like canon divergence.
Yeah, it does kind of
I think that time travel really works well for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I just really like when you run into a younger version and their older version, which, Final Strokes like that too. So why not take after the best?
Again, it's canon. It is Speak. It is RinHaru.
I do think that they did a really brilliant job with Haru talking to his younger self in Final Stroke.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was really cathartic.
Yeah.
Seeing baby Haru cry and sob like that because he was alone, and then older Haru saying, "No, you don't have to be alone. Go swim with your friends,
You won't lose who you are."
I mean, if it's good enough for Kyoani, it's good enough for us.
It's good enough for us.
My poor little heart.
Kyoani gave us coffee shop too.
Sure.
They did give us coffee shop. They gave us a lot of coffee shop.
And they did give us college and university as well, technically.
Yeah.
Technically.
But it doesn't have to be college and university the way that we see it in the show necessarily. It could also be an AU where maybe Rin and Haru go to the same university.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they meet for the first time at that university.
Yeah, the theme of the day is actually reunion.
Mm.
So, I don't know, imagine if Rin came back from Australia in time for university instead of high school. What would have happened?
Ooh.
Maybe Haru is a university art teacher.
Oh, God. He would.
Yeah.
Maybe Rin works at a coffee shop while they're university students.
In their reincarnated lives.
In their reincarnated
Where Haru is a college teacher. No. It's getting too complicated, guys.
You work that out. You give it the spin you like.
Yeah, whatever you like. Put your own twist on it. Feed us a RinHaru cake.
With an Iwatobi-chan latte.
With an Iwatobi-chan latte, yes.
Yeah.
Day 4 for the AUs is the Streamers Idols, Pirates High Seas, and Muscles.
Muscles! Let's go!
To whoever submitted Muscles, thank you.
You're my hero.
Yes.
Or heroine. Or hero in between.
We had to throw that one in there. That one was an incredible
That was
submission.
a great one.
I'm always excited for Pirates High Seas. I am a sucker for pirates. I just find there's a lot of fun, either angsty or just entertaining, swashbuckling ideas you can do with it. And I love seeing either of them as captains of the ship, or maybe they can be co-captains.
We do have canon pirate costumes for all of them too, so...
Yep.
We do. That was from one of the cafe collaborations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of this is canon.
It's all canon. They're not even AUs.
And then obviously we have streamers and idols. I mean, I think nowadays
this is where the Discord AU comes in.
Yeah. It's like
Bringing it back.
It's like the peak time in history for the streamers prompt. If you don't use it this year, I don't know when you're gonna use it. And I think that Rin and Haru would be really fun streamers. Like, just imagine Haru as a streamer.
Yeah.
Just imagine that for a second.
It would be so funny.
He would just be streaming different waterfall reviews.
Exactly. He does waterfall reviews.
There was an edit, like a really long time ago, back in the day, where somebody took lines from the streamer Critical and put them over clips of Haru, because he also has this really, like, deadpan voice.
That's beautiful.
I was also thinking about the little game Haru likes with the little
Deep Sea Crossing.
ocean creatures. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Lucy-kun!
You could also be streaming that.
He only streams games that let you go underwater.
Oh yeah, he'd be streaming the Water Temple in Legend of Zelda.
It's like the Can You Pet the Dog account, except Haru only plays games that let you swim underwater.
Yeah.
If a game lets you get into the water and you die, that game is over for him. It's cancelled.
Wait, Haru playing Atlantica in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh my god.
That's it. That's all he does. Just nonstop.
It's his favorite level.
That's it.
It's his favorite.
Gosh.
It's nobody else's favorite but his.
Nobody
Hey, watch it. Some of us here liked Atlantica.
In Kingdom Hearts 2, though?
No, not in Kingdom Hearts 2.
No, why not?
Only in Kingdom Hearts 1.
I'm sorry for liking Atlantica. No, I'm not sorry. It's a good level.
Okay.
Even if I'm the only person that thinks that.
I also need that fan work where Rin is that fancy idol, and Haru and his tsundere self is like learning about him and getting more invested. Those are always the good stuff.
Haru would super chat Rin. He would.
Arena Taku.
Right now I'm imagining like a fan art of Haru where he's like this Rin super otaku and has like the headband and the fans, the Uchiwa fans, and the light sticks, and the towel around his neck. And he's got the most deadpan expression, but he's covered in Rin merch.
The shirt.
Go full Oshinoko in the depiction of the fan.
The idol dance. No.
Haru doing an idol dance for Rin.
Oh no!
Deadpan.
Somebody cosplay this, please.
Yes.
Please.
It would be very welcome as a submission.
Cosplay is allowed. Do
Cosplay
it.
is a valid submission to RinHaru Week.
Exactly.
Do it.
Okay, so now for day 5, the AUs we have are Royalty, Crossover and Isekai, and Cat Boys.
Yes, let's go, Cat Boys! Woohoo!
Let's go, Cat Boys!
Finally, Cat Boys.
Everyone loves Cat Boys.
We did it! Everyone on the mod team loves Cat Boys.
I knew I could count on you people. Thank you so much.
We were riding hard for Cat Boys. Thank you for voting for Cat Boys, everyone.
Okay, but Cat Boys isn't the only really good prompt here.
Yes, we do have other good prompts on day 5 as well.
Royalty? Come on.
Royalty is a great prompt. And we do have a canon Prince Haru.
That's true.
We
We
do
have Prince Haru.
And we have the Princess Carrie Rin.
That's
We
true.
do.
Princess
true.
Carrie could qualify.
That's what it's called.
And of course, we also have Splash Free, where Rin is often depicted as a prince or the sultan.
That's true. That would count.
Mm.
Also, we have Maid Rin and Prince Haru.
Oh my god.
That's true. That's true. And then, of course, you can have your crossover and isekai if you want to combine RinHaru with any of the hot fandoms that exist nowadays and whatnot. I'm sure that you can do all sorts of fun things. You got your Marvel you can always pull in there. I know people like their Star Wars and, the Dungeon Meshi maybe for all you want. Let's see what they eat in the dungeon.
Oh my god, Haru and Dungeon Meshi.
Oh no. Oh no.
He wouldn't want to eat anything. He would just want to cuddle all of them because they're all so weird looking. I can see Haru absolutely loving the walking mushroom. Just that is his thing right there. He just absolutely
Is
in love
it
with that.
wrong to pick up monsters in a dungeon as pets?
He wouldn't eat any of them because they're not mackerel.
That's true. None of them are mackerel. Except for the mermaid, and he probably definitely would eat that. So.
I mean, that could. There could be a mackerel.
A mackerel monster.
Giant mackerel, maybe? A mackerel monster?
A mackerel kraken.
There could be. Maybe there's a mackerel kraken out there.
I think we need to say a little bit more about cat boys.
Go for cat boys.
I mean, technically, any of these prompts could work with cat boys. Like, it just elevates the prompt.
Any prompt can work with cat boys. Just, they also have cat ears and anything.
Imagine Prince Haru with cat ears. It just makks it better.
Imagine
it's
Pirate Haru with cat ears.
Incredible.
Time travel reincarnation coffee shop with cat ears.
Show stopping.
I need Pirate Haru and Rin with cat ears now. I truly need that. I'm picturing it in my head, and it is absolutely amazing, and I will be very sad if nobody creates it now.
Like, they're cat boys, but they like water.
Yeah. They're weird cat boys.
They're weird.
They're like
cat
the only
boys.
catboy pirates because nobody else likes water.
Yes.
Incredibly sought after. One of a kind.
And Catboys always has the lovely sensitivity of the ears and whatnot, and you get your fun petting and what we can do with our tails. So Catboys is full of exciting ventures you can go down.
Yeah, and we also have the theme of the day 5, which is don't go where I can't follow, right? So just imagine one of them is like more of a street cat and the other is more of a house cat that isn't allowed to go outside, so...
Oh, I love this.
Aww.
Aristocats, but it's RinHaru.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's a lot of things you can do with cat boys. It can be angsty. It can be fluffy.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be Rin and Haru are human-ish, but with cat ears. They also could just be cats.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm just imagining the chaos of Rin and Haru as cats.
Or only one of them can be cats, and the other might be a dog, like a Doberman, as is
like
their canonical
options.
That's right. We had that drama track where they were all saying what kind of dog everyone would be, and Rin was compared to a Doberman. And then when it came to Haru, they were like, I think he's more of a cat.
True.
Cat.
Yeah.
In another episode of I Can't Believe This Is Canon, we have... Oh my god. It's incredible.
Have cat boys. Okay. So, for day 6 AUs, telepathy, supernatural, cinema, angels and demons, or mythical creatures.
Woo.
I love this set. I'm
This
sorry.
is a really fun
I'm
set.
so
I
love them
biased.
so much.
I'm so biased.
I think this is our fullest set. It's got a lot in here.
True.
Yeah, this one's chock full of good stuff.
I mean, technically it has only 3, but 2 or 3 are double.
Yeah, because Angels and Demons is like very specific. It gives you a very specific idea in your head, but mythical creatures is more broad. So it didn't feel right to just put one of them and not the other, because it's really different ideas, but it's similar. So do not separate.
And we had to combine telepathy with supernatural because, again, technically telepathy is also canon. Water telepathy.
Yeah. Rin
I
and Haru and
can't
their
believe
telepathic
this is
racing.
Incredible.
So we gotta make sure that we make it supernatural.
We also got a suggestion about movies, so we thought, why not just include cinema as a broad prompt, so that in case you have a certain movie that gives you a vibe, or that you want to cross over with, or that it inspires you to make something, or, you know, like KyoAni already did, because it's canon, we have the boys in movie costumes.
Or going to the movies together.
Yeah,
Enjoying
which also
popcorn
canon.
together.
Yeah.
I love mythical creatures because you can do things, obviously, with your water mythical creatures. You can do things with your kitsunes. You can do things with birds, which we know bird is a big theme in for RinHaru and Haru especially. So there's lots of cool ways that you can kind of incorporate in aspects of canon into this whole mythical creatures thing to make your own. And there's so many mythical creatures to choose from. I encourage people to choose the Kirin because it's not always in these things, and I love the Kirin.
Fans of half fish
totally not biased.
Now is your time. This is the merfolk prompt.
And let's not forget, this is Discoveries.
Yeah.
This is Discoveries.
Oh, yeah,
Evolution
you could
and
discover
transformation.
stuff about yourself. Like that you're a half fish man.
Or you could discover a mythical creature which just happens to be a half fishman, which just happens to be your neighbor, or I don't know, your swimming rival?
Your
Oh my
swimming
God.
rival.
I accidentally bite my rival, and
He turns out to be
now I
half
have muscles.
Accidentally?
Now I'm suddenly a half fish man. What happened?
suddenly reincarnated into a half fishman.
How do I change out from the tail?
I guess we'll just have to discover it together.
Ooh.
Ooh. And with angels and demons, you have your eternal rivalry. But you don't always have to go with them being two different things. You know, maybe they're both demons. I mean, that gives me a lot of ideas. So.
You know what? You know what's also funny? You know that trope about the angel and the devil on your shoulders?
Oh,
that,
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, just imagine that, I don't know, Makoto has RinHaru as his angel and demon on his shoulder.
That's amazing.
That poor man.
Okay, but if Makoto has shoulder, angel, and devil, which one of RinHaru is the angel and which one is the devil?
I think it would be funny if Haru was a devil.
I think it would be funny
if Haru was a devil.
It would, right?
Absolutely.
He's just encouraging Makoto to like not do his homework and just go to the pool and rest. And Rin is like, no, you have to practice your cooking. You cannot go on like this.
And it's got to be super awkward when your shoulder angel and devil are in a relationship with each other. They're like trying to give you advice, but then they just start getting involved with each other, and you're like, wait, what's going on with what's supposed to be happening with me here?
I think Makoto would have been happier if they were just fighting all the time. His life would be much easier. His life would be easier.
I mean, they can disappear and go do their own thing. They don't have to keep hanging out on Makoto's shoulder.
Oh, but he needs them. He needs them. That poor man. Oh my God.
It's more hilarious if they're on Makoto's shoulder the entire time.
Yeah.
Trying to give him advice. And you know he would be fine on his own. Like, he would do better without their advice.
Yeah. I feel like, and this also kind of happens in canon sometimes, but I feel like looking at RinHaru through the lens of Makoto being like the third wheel is just hilarious to me. We talked about this at length in the last episode where Makoto goes to the night pool.
No, that poor man.
We did.
That poor man.
Yes.
But I love just like Makoto being tortured by Rin and Haru being like, obviously they have feelings for each other, but they're so oblivious, and he has to be the middleman.
Mm-hmm. Literally in this case.
Yeah, literally the middleman. He is in between them.
Oh my God. Again, in things that have happened in canon, somewhat. Not so literally, but you know.
Yeah.
Everything is based on canon.
All of these prompts are RinHaru.
Yeah. It's incredible how many things are canon RinHaru. A lot of these aren't even AUs.
No.
They're just RinHaru.
No, that
That's
did
the
come
hard
up.
part about them.
That did come up a lot when we were making the list. It's like, this is canon. Okay. This is also canon. Okay, but this is also canon. Is it really okay to...
It's hard when there are canon AUs.
Well, we'll get to that because for day 7, our alternate universes are alternate universe endings and Mook, our beloved Mook.
Yay!
Maids!
Maids!
And other professions, other sports. All of which are canon.
Yes.
Yep.
All of which are canon.
Everything is canon here. Everything.
Everything is canon.
I love other sports. I love seeing people reinterpret the story of RinHaru in, like, ice skating or soccer or, I don't know, Go. It's incredible. It's some of my favorite fan works that I see during RinHaru Week. It's one of my favorite AUs.
RinHaru on ice.
Yes.
And then we also have people who have RinHaru in the free universe trying other sports.
Yeah.
Which is also really funny.
Like, Kisumi wants everybody to...
Finally get them on Kitsumi's basketball team.
Exactly.
Kisumi wants everybody to play basketball with him so bad. Somebody please join his basketball club.
Please. For the love of Kisumi. I still think that KyoAni should make that spin-off. Even if it's just a single episode of nothing but shenanigans.
That's all I ever want out of free.
They should make an episode where they play basketball with Kisumi.
Kisumi no basket.
Yes.
Kisumi no basket.
The basketball which Kisumi plays.
Or which he tries to play.
And then, of course, we have our pretty much canon AUs in the endings as well as the MOOC, which are here. We have written a fan work for you already, and now you can expand on it. The universes within the AU endings as well as the MOOC are just incredible. I will admit, I do not think enough people had tapped into the universe from Gold Evolution. I do kind of want to see more of that suited up. I don't know whether that's a gangster thing. I don't know whether that's like Kingsman. But I would love to see more of that universe particularly. But of course, we will take as many splash-free and...
Future Fish.
Future Fish. As you have,
Also,
but I would love to see a Gold Evolution version.
Let's not forget musical theater RinHaru from Gold Evolution and Elvis RinHaru.
And Elvis RinHaru from Take Your Marks.
Oh no!
I forgot about Elvis RinHaru.
That was
Some
so much
of those
fun.
were so traumatizing.
And of course,
Someone needs to talk about maids.
We can always talk about maids.
Yeah, I mentioned mates a little bit earlier, so it's there. You can put that together, or you could do it standalone.
You can do a Catboy maid. That is always welcome.
Yeah, I was about to
Yes.
say that the maids prompt works similarly to the Catboys prompt in that maids automatically elevates whatever it is you're writing. Because you have, like, I don't know, angels and demons, except they are dressed as maids.
Yeah.
With the wings.
Fuse
Yeah.
those
It's already
prompts.
better. It is already better.
Fuse those prompts together.
Just do it.
Maids is like the sprinkling of salt on top of the meal. It's like the icing on the cake, the sprinkles on the ice cream. It just
The
enhances
MSG.
whatever it is you're making. The MSG in your fried rice.
MSG, yeah.
And the maids is the one where one time we have to make our own food because Kirani still refuses to show us Maid Rin. So
Yeah.
we gotta come up with our own version of what Maid Rin is supposed to be.
We do know what the maid uniform looks like, just not on Rin.
Yes,
And
exactly.
the insult to injury that they did show a chibi maid Rin once, like one single time on cinemas in Japan during a free marathon, and it was never released ever anywhere else.
Ever.
I will fight KyoAni for that image. Give me Maid Rin. Give me chibi Maid Rin.
And we know that Ikuya has a picture of him.
True.
I want to see that picture.
Ikuya really is
I
him.
want to see the picture.
That's right, he does.
We will
He
bribe
does.
Ikuya.
Maybe that is what this story will be. It will be Haru bribing Ikuya to get that picture of Maid Ren.
He will do what all of us want to do.
Yeah. And Rin will just be so devastated for Haru to see him like that.
I think
But we
Rin
all know
would,
that Haru would be into it.
I think Rin
He will.
Rin would try to sabotage Haru's mission to get the maid picture. He would.
And we know
There's
that,
no way he wants Haru to see that.
and it's also canon that Rin has an amazing cleavage.
It is.
It is true. Rin has amazing cleavage.
It is.
We gotta see Rin's
As
cleavage in
told
that
to
maid
us by
uniform.
Momo.
Thank you, Momo.
Thank you, Momo.
I would kill to see that.
I mean, Day 7 is a new site, so...
The
Let me
sight we've never
see.
seen before is Rin in the maid costume.
It's Maid Rin. I'll show you a site you've never seen before, and then Rin shows up in Haru's room, dressed as a maid.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Do not be sorry. Never apologize for maid Rin.
It is Kiwani who should apologize for not showing it.
They really should.
Show him to me.
Free him.
Free him.
So for our final day AUs, day 8 AUs, we have Soulmates, Omegaverse, matchmaking, fate, I'm killing this sentence. Matchmaking, fake dating.
Another incredible set. I love this one.
Soulmates is canon, though.
Yes.
That's
I
my
mean-
argument.
I mean, nobody here will argue against that. We all agree,
Just
right?
Every time I see this in the AUs, I'm just like, but it's not. It's canon. I don't understand. I guess you could add something with like tattoos or scene in colors and those other variation of soulmates to make it
Magical?
less not less, but a different flavor of canon soulmates. But
Yeah, more magical,
Yeah.
more supernatural.
yeah, more supernatural, or combine it with other things. But yeah, that's my always challenge with soulmates and RinHaru, as far as the AU prompt version of it is like, how do we make this
Right.
different? So,
I mean, like we keep saying, 1,000 RinHaru cakes.
What if RinHaru's pets are soulmates and they are just forced
Oh my
to
gosh.
interact with each other because their pets want to be together? Just throwing
so
out there.
cute.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Rin and
That's
Haru
precious.
Give it
as
to me.
Rin and Haru as dog owners, and they're walking their dogs in the park, and their dogs just will not let go of each other.
this is like
So then they're just
the
standing
101
there
Dalmatians
awkwardly.
opening.
True.
Oh my god, you're right.
It's 100% the 101 Dalmatians opening.
And how did that turn out? How did that turn out?
It turned out great. They had a wonderful relationship.
Exactly.
They got married and had 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like they're living the dream. There you go. Write 101 Dalmatians version of Rin.
And Kisumi is Cruella de Vil.
Oh God,
Oh
no.
no.
He's always the villain in their story, just like in the Mook.
He is. He is. And Rin doesn't always understand why, but Haru does.
Haru is especially mean to Kisumi.
So you're saying that
Yes.
Kisumi would want to steal the 101 Dalmatians from RinHaru?
Maybe he wants to have them play basketball with his team.
Let him play.
I mean, nobody else is joining.
Nobody else will join. So he needs to recruit dogs.
There is a movie about a dog that
Suddenly
plays
this became
basketball.
an Airbud AU.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I was gonna mention fake dating because I love how fake dating starts out as whatever stupid reason they have to start fake dating, but of course ultimately it becomes real dating, and it's always that awkward moment when you realize what you were pretending is now real, and now what do? What if the other person doesn't feel the same as you? That's always a good one.
The first thing you have to do is to go oh and then O in italics.
True.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
That is necessary.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Yep. That O and then O in italics is another thing that I was like, wait, you guys in other fandoms also have this? Because it's just one of those things that I associate so strongly with RinHaru.
I mean, how many more times are they going to realize that they admire each other? I guess every new season or every new movie. It keeps happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, like, constantly realizing how much they care about each other thing, though.
Of course.
Like, they just keep getting hit in the head with the feels.
It's peak.
Not just once, but 1,000 times a day.
It is peak RinHaru. And again, this works so well with them because they initially did not get along at all when they were kids. And again, when they were teens, they also didn't get along very well because they kept miscommunicating. So having them, I don't know, be in fake dating relationship or matchmaking, coupled with royalty maybe, who knows?
Ooh.
I think it really works for them because they slowly start to get to know each other, and who knows what could blossom there.
I also feel like that fake dating paired with miscommunication could be really funny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
If, for example, they don't have the same idea of what the fake story is, and they end up telling the lie in a way that contradicts each other, and then they get busted because their stories don't add up.
Or maybe they are not even in agreement that they are fake dating.
Oh.
That's true. One of them may think it, and the other one just doesn't even know that that's what's happening.
But
yeah,
they're just
they're
going
just like,
along with
okay,
it.
I guess we're dating
Yeah,
now.
I guess we're dating now.
I love the matchmaking component of this one, too, because I feel it's a good chance to bring in the others to be observant of Rin and Haru's disaster that they are.
One of my favorite tropes in RinHaru fandom is Sosuke as the number one RinHaru wingman.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes.
He is. It is canon.
He wants Rin to get with Haru so bad so he doesn't have to see Rin pining so pathetically all the time.
He just needs it to stop.
He just needs Rin to get with Haru already because he's losing his mind.
He literally says it in season 2. He literally says it. He says that Haru has to go pro because Rin needs him.
Yeah.
It's canon.
Sosuke actually has a lot of moments like that where he's very in tune with Rin and Haru's relationship and also teasing Rin about it at the same time. Like, after he swims with Haru for the first time, and then he tells Rin, I see why you're so taken with him.
Oh my god, yes.
And
Jesus
Rin's reaction
Christ.
to that is like he just got accused of having a crush on Haru, which he kind of did.
No, he totally was.
That's one way to read it. I think Kyoani might be trying to tell us something here.
I think Kyoani's trying to tell us something. I don't know what it is yet, but it's something.
Maybe we need another 10 years to figure it out.
And then there's also that moment where Rin is packing up his stuff and talking about
Yes.
how he wants Haru to look at the future, and he gets this kind of fond expression on his face. And Sosuke says to him, you make a nice face when you talk about that guy. And Rin is like, what is that supposed to mean? And Sosuke's just like,
I don't know. What is that supposed to mean? You tell
I don't
me.
know. What
You
is that
tell
supposed to
me.
mean?
You tell me.
Neither one of them wants to say what that's supposed to mean.
Yeah. And then there's also the time where in Final Stroke 2, after Rin and Haru had that fight, and Haru is going for a jog on the side of the road, and obviously he's in really bad shape because him and Rin are not getting along, and that totally affects him.
Destroys him.
And he basically collapses on the side of the road. Sosuke pulls up in his car like, you need a ride?
You need an intervention is what you need.
And then he sees Haru sulking in the back, and immediately he's like, did something happen with Rin? Like, he just knows.
What else could it be?
And you know Haru was in pain at that moment because he agreed to get in a car with Sosuke.
Sosuke, who probably drove them in the opposite direction of where they needed to go.
He found
It's
Haru
okay,
completely by
Natsuo eventually
coincidence.
would turn him around, I guess.
Yeah, was Natsuya, like, just hiding in the trunk of the car the entire time?
Yes.
Was he under the seat?
I assume so.
He was just sleeping in the back seat.
Yeah, he was sleeping off a hangover back there.
So who's gonna tackle Omegaverse?
Oh, I can do that. I put it there.
Yes, go for it.
I put it there on the Shoujo Shenanigans Day on purpose.
The combination of Shoujo Shenanigans and Omegaverse is incredible.
It really is.
Yeah, because you always see the
come
Omegaverse as like angsty and stuff, but nah.
Angsty or smutty.
Or thirsty.
Yeah, no. Make it fluffy. Give me Omegaverse fluffy, tooth rooting.
Yeah.
Fluffy Omegaverse. Give it to me.
It's so rare to see, like, cozy artworks or fan works about an Omegaverse couple. Because, everyone's into the pining and the angst and the will they, won't they, the biting. And we have plenty of biting.
And that undeniable attraction.
But I think that it's a really cute combination, soulmates, Omegaverse, matchmaking, fake dating. Come on.
Matchmaking in Omegaverse.
I could not have made it easier for you guys. Come on. Please. It's right.
And that's
there.
not to say that you can't make something Omegaverse and not make it angsty.
Oh no, of course.
We're
we
just
love
saying.
angst. We love
We're
angst.
just saying the potential for fluff is there.
And you should take it. Wink, wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
I want to see Omegaverse pirates.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Omegaverse Catboy Pirates.
Yes, just combine pirates and catboys with every prompt.
And maids.
And mates.
Omegaverse Catboy Pirate Maids.
Wizards in space.
That is your assignment, listeners.
I mean, space pirates is a pretty popular prompt.
Yeah.
So Omegaverse, space pirates, wizards, catboys, mates.
Sounds easy. No shot.
No. The easiest world building ever.
I mean, we already gave it to you on a silver platter, so run with it.
Yeah.
It's a full course
Do it.
meal.
Yep.
It's not just RinHaru cakes.
And for dessert, we'll have 1,000 RinHaru cakes.
It's 1,000 RinHaru cakes, RinHaru breakfast, RinHaru lunch, RinHaru dinner.
You can even have RinHaru's second breakfast.
Oh,
Brunch?
we love second breakfast.
Snacks.
Okay, so I know you're all probably curious because the alternate universe prompts were also part of our vote. So just for fun, these were your top 5 most voted alternate universe prompts. Number 5, we had telepathy, supernatural.
Ooh.
Woo!
Number 4, we had matchmaking, fake dating. Another excellent choice.
Very
Of
good
course.
choice.
For number 3, we had time travel, reincarnation.
Yay!
A classic RinHaru Week prompt.
Another
Wow.
one of our mainstays. Yeah,
That really made it up there.
they did. For number 2 most voted was AU endings mook.
Of course.
Of course.
Everyone
Of
loves
Of course,
the
it
mook.
had to be there.
Everyone loves the RinHaru Mook.
Yeah, everyone does. And finally, and the number one, your most voted alternate universe prompt with 75% of the votes. 75.4% of the votes is soulmates.
Yay!
The most canical AU of them all.
The most
Yeah.
one.
Soulmates
Most
is canon. That's why almost everybody voted for it. And the ones that didn't vote for it
There's
were
no
just like,
denying it.
well, this is already canon, so there's no need.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I do want to say it is funny that it was 75.4% of the votes because, you know, Rin and Haru are always swimming in the 5th and 4th lanes, so they clearly are soulmates.
Fun fact about how swimming works in real life.
That is the weirdest coincidence.
Coincidence after coincidence.
Coincidence?
I think not.
Funny you would say that. Funny you would use that word
I
in the
know.
context of RinHaru.
It is.
There are absolutely no coincidences with RinHaru.
None at all.
Nope. Rin did all that on purpose.
Not one.
There's no way that he coincidentally
Oh yeah,
ended
yep,
up
absolutely.
at Haru's school and Haru's swim club.
Of course not.
And in his class.
And in his class. How did he manage that?
It was fate. They are soulmates.
The
Do you think that when he
The-
transferred, he was like, no, I have to be in a class with Haru?
I bet he went to a shrine and prayed.
the Sakura god.
Please, 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 please put me in the same class as Nanase. I beg you. I will be a good boy.
I will be a good boy.
I will eat all of my veggies.
I bet he did that. And the universe responded, because they are soulmates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the funniest part about that is that he shows up at Haru's school and they're, you know, all hanging out on the playground during recess. And they're with Makoto also, and they're like, oh, you're Matsuoka Rin from Sano Swim Club. And Rin is like, oh, you remember me? like so casually.
Yes.
Like, yeah, oh, we may have met in passing at one point.
Maybe.
I love that in the novel it says he knew they were gonna be there.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my god, what a coincidence! I knew you were gonna be here.
How incredible. Wow. Damn, little Rin was on a mission.
And he would say something like, yep, it looks like it's just fate.
Yeah, because he is a romantic after all.
He is.
Of course.
The pull of inescapable fate. It is canon.
I like the sound of that.
I mean, so does Kyoani.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
inescapable fate was something that Haru actually said to describe his relationship with Rin.
Yeah.
That meeting
Sure.
him was an inescapable fate.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right.
So, clearly both of them think it's destiny.
That's because they are soulmates.
So
and that's
true.
why soulmates,
Soulmates canon.
was our most voted prompt.
Yep. Because
Yep.
it's canon.
Yeah.
But like we said, you can also make it a AU situation. Make it a little bit more fantastical if you wish.
All right, so that is our alternate universe prompt list. Thank you to everyone who voted. Congratulations.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
You made this year's prompt so good.
It came together
Yeah.
really fast.
RinHaru fans understood the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, usually we have very long discussions of how to match the prompts to the day themes, but this year was super easy.
Yeah. It fell together just like destiny.
Who would have thought? Rin probably did.
He did.
Definitely.
But he would have said it was a coincidence.
He probably
Wow.
would have.
Yep.
I did just want to point out that for a bit there, we had a Megaverse on the same day as parents, and that was very funny.
What a coincidence that should happen.
We also had Omegaverse on the same day as Catboys. at
We
one
did.
point, didn't
That's
we?
right.
True.
Yeah, I felt that was a
I
bit
think that was a bit
too
on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we're all pretty happy with how it turned out. And we sure hope that you are happy too.
Yeah. We did try to spread out the vibes a little bit with all of these AUs.
Yeah, and as you can see, we did keep track of which prompts were the most requested or the most voted. So we tried not to put them all together in the same day so that there would be fun to be had across the entire week.
I mean, all RinHaru Week prompts are good prompts. They are all my favorite.
Of course.
So you really can't go wrong with any of them.
I mean, they are RinHaru prompts. They are already good.
Yep.
The bar is already up there.
I like how that sounds like the dog thing. Like, all RinHaru prompts are good dogs.
All RinHaru prompts go to heaven.
Yes.
All RinHaru prompts are good cat boys. No, this is going too far. That's a bit too far.
We can never go too far with Catboys.
Next year, I promise we will not have cat boys on every single day of the week.
Aww.
Not every single day, but there
Not
will be
every day.
Catboys.
There will be signs.
Okay, that's a fine compromise.
Okay, so we've talked about how all of these prompts are our best prompts of 10 years and how a lot of these fan works might already exist or you may have already participated in RinHaru Week. But there's one more thing that we want to say regarding all of that. It's a bit personal for me, but I think that the rest of the mod team here will agree with me on this. So, the first thing I want to say is that even though you might see it often in our post and you might think that it is kind of a pre-made phrase, we truly, really are very, very grateful to everyone who takes part in RinHaru Week. Whether you've taken part once or whether you keep coming back, this event really, really couldn't have kept running for 10 years. 10 years! Woohoo! Without all of you who keep showing up every year with your love for free and for RinHaru. So, from all of us, thank you. Thank you so much for showing up.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
You're the highlight, really.
Mm-hmm.
You all make RinHaru Week what it is.
I mean, we literally could not exist without your submissions and without your sharing our posts and everything. So, we are here because of you. Koko da kara, omae da kara,
For you.
etc. Okay, so it has been quite a rough year in general for creative works. And many of us here in the mod team are creators ourselves. We have taken part in RinHaru Week. And even aside all of that, even beyond RinHaru, we know that it takes a lot of time and courage to share something that you've made online. Creating fan works takes effort. It can be very stressful. And life doesn't always help with that. And we know that it is very, very easy to get caught up in the numbers game on social media, nowadays especially. And sometimes something you made doesn't get the amount of engagement that you think it deserves. And even though it's all up to algorithms and luck, it is very discouraging when that happens. So that's why we wanted to talk about our prompt list, because when we work on the event, when we make the prompt list for RinHaru Week, we really try to make a list that will be fun and inspiring, because we want you to enjoy the process of creating something. You know, having an idea, working with it, making something out of it. There is fun and merit in that. The numbers also matter because they matter to all of us, but making something in itself is important, and we really want to encourage that.
Yeah, and even if you think nobody is seeing what you're making, we see it. And we love what you are contributing to RinHaru Week.
We love all of your submissions. We appreciate them. We're very grateful for each and every one of you.
We see each and every submission, and we love all of your submissions. You know, of course, we're going to share them on our accounts, and we hope that through that, we can all just share our love of RinHaru with each other through creating new things together.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, this love is kind of what has kept the fandom alive for so long, even when people would say, oh, isn't Free dead or whatnot? And I know people like to say that literally like a year if something doesn't happen, but it's sometimes even 6 months. So, but
yeah.
I think that we can say that, you know, between all the different global versions of the RinHaru fandom, there is always RinHaru works happening, and we want to thank everybody who has been part of that.
Yeah, I think that these days, fandom is such a fast-paced thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That people don't always tend to linger in the one thing that they really love. But what I've noticed about the RinHaru fandom, you know, because we've been around for so long, there's a lot of people who were fans in the past and they come back.
Yeah.
Because RinHaru is something that is so special and means so much to people. And, you know, that really warms my heart to see that people always hold that love for RinHaru in their hearts.
It really stays with you.
It really does. And I think it's also really special to love something that much and keep loving it for so long, rather than just, you know, moving on to the next thing and the next thing, trying to keep up with, you know, all of the social media numbers and what's next and what's going to get me the most engagement. And sometimes what is really special is just sticking with the thing that you love and letting it move you like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. And I know we kind of say it as a joke, but it's true. You're never really free from free.
You are not.
It's always
never
there.
free
It's
from
something.
free.
It's something that gives you, or at least in my case, it gives me some sort of happiness, or I don't know how to call it, but it's a bit like it makes me feel better about myself. It makes me become a better person. And I've learned so many things through Free and RinHaru. It's kind of like this event is a tribute to that love and all the happy things that RinHaru has given me.
Very powerful.
Yeah, Free is very special like that. It's a very feel-good series, even though the characters have a terrible time most of the time.
They suffer a little, yeah.
The themes that they go through, like the future and being uncertain and not knowing whether to blindly follow what your friends are doing or being true to yourself, feeling alone, feeling left behind. I think those are very, very universal themes, and it's very easy to relate, even if you're not a swimmer or even if you're not a hot 2D man.
I like how we went there.
Taking it back to the thirst box.
It was getting a bit too personal.
It was getting a bit heavy, so we gotta lighten it up a little.
Just like Free, we have to balance the drama with some jokes.
Yep.
The other thing I want to remind people is, if you're worried about, people have seen all this before, there are, surprisingly, I know some people don't believe this, but there are new people getting into Free and RinHaru all the time. It does happen.
Mm-hmm.
We just saw
Yeah,
someone the
I'm
other
so
day.
glad that it does.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, even though you're like, oh, everybody's seen this before, maybe that person hasn't. So there is always going to be someone that inevitably your work will touch, even if they don't always hit the algorithm to show you.
Yeah, we always make this one joke about posting the photo of the mook bite every now and then on social media and people finding it, and there's always someone in the comments that goes, what is this from? Is this canon? What is Free even about?
What is Free about? Yeah, at least once a year we have to resurface the mook bite and introduce new people to the joy that is RinHaru.
Yeah. Well, we do have RinHaru Week once a year, so
That's true.
that is
Maybe we should make it a RinHaru Week tradition to post the mook bite.
there's
That's a
always
great idea.
There's always a good reason to post.
We'll make that the banner image for next year's event.
Okay, let's write it down somewhere. Someone write that down. Write that down. Yeah, and we usually do get this question a lot on our message boxes, and it's people who are new or that new to the fandom or that haven't posted fan works before. Or I have never written a fanfic, or I've never posted my art. Is it okay if I take part in RinHaru Week? And the answer is yes, obviously. Whether
Please do.
Yeah. Whether you started drawing yesterday or whether you're a published author, go for it. We welcome you. We get people asking us if it's okay to take a picture of their plushies, like in a story or near a cherry blossom tree, and if that is enough of a submission. And yes, it is. It is.
Please take pictures of your plushies.
Please.
It's my favorite.
We love seeing your plushies out in adventures.
That's my main submission for RinHaru Week usually is plushie adventures.
It's really funny to imagine the plushies as RinHaru literally globe-trotting around the world.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So please.
Yeah, because everyone from all over the world, they are doing RinHaru adventures. So yeah, it's very cute. It's very wholesome. I love that.
So yeah, if you're ever wondering if your photo of your plushies or your cosplay is enough for submission, yes, we want to tell you that it is enough. We want it. We need it. We will receive it. We love it.
We crave it.
Me too, yeah. We always like to say the world needs more RinHaru. And yeah, that is true. That is true.
Especially now more than ever.
Now more than ever, yeah. It is the time for people to create. And you have to create RinHaru. You must. Let your love guide you. So yeah, everyone who voted, everyone who is excited and is thinking about taking part in RinHaru Week this year, we want to say thank you. We're very grateful. Thank you for putting yourselves out there, for having the courage to submit your work to the event. And know that we here in the mod team are your biggest cheerleaders. When we say that, we cannot wait to see what you'll be coming up for with your submissions. We mean it. We mean it. We really mean it. We want to see your work.
Yeah, every single time while RinHaru Week is going on and we're keeping an eye on the tags to see when there's a new post for us to share, every single time I see that there's a new post, I get so excited. Like, guys, we got another submission.
Yeah.
Julie goes to the squeeze
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good you think it is. If you think that it's enough of a submission, we're grateful to see it no matter what.
Yeah. Just send it in. If it has love for RinHaru, then it will be good enough.
Mm-hmm. It's the love for RinHaru that's really the most important here.
It is, yeah. So yeah, if you have any questions or you need any information, We are here for you. We want you to have fun. We want you to succeed. We want you to make that submission. So do it. We'll do everything we can to help you and to make sure that you have the greatest time ever this RinHaru Week.
Yay!
Yay!
I can't believe it's almost time.
Oh my god, finally!
Just a few more weeks. Just a few more weeks.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
Just have to hold on a little bit more, and it will be the best time of the year.
Yay!
So,
and we'll see RinHaru Space Wizards.
It's Catboy Wizards in space.
Catboy.
Just as mates.
Who just so happen to be soulmates.
Yes.
What a coincidence. Okay, so there we have it. The RinHaru Week Prompt List for 2024.
Yay!
Yay!
Woo!
Well, we hope that going through all the prompts and chatting about RinHaru, it helped you get inspired and makes you want to create something special. We'd love to see it.
Yeah.
And remember, at the end of the day, the prompts are just that, inspiration. You can work with them however you like. Whether you stick closely to one prompt, go for a looser interpretation, or even combine ideas from multiple prompts to suit what you'd like to create. I know we've given you lots of ideas, but obviously you feel free to go on your own path.
Wink, wink, wizards in space, wink, wink.
And Catboys, wink,
Catboys, wink, wink.
And don't forget that you can refer to the pages on our Tumblr for posting guidelines, plus the full list of prompts and how they work. And if you have any other questions, you can also send us a message there or on any of our other social media accounts.
Oh, the dates!
Yes! This year's event will run from December 25th through January 1st. We're bringing you RinHaru Week for Christmas! Yay!
Yay!
What better gift! And we're bringing you RinHaru Week for the New Year as well. So yeah.
Yay!
Let's all have
Starting
fun
off
together.
the New Year right.
Yeah, let's all get together and Haru ring in the New Year with a bang!
That pun is adorable.
I know, but I really wanted to say it.
Ooh. And speaking of gifts, our giveaway for this year is up now.
Yay!
So make sure you check out our giveaway post for the details about the prizes. Just about any kind of participation in RinHaru Week counts as an entry, whether you're posting fanworks to the event or sharing our announcement posts. The giveaway is just our little way of saying thank you for joining us in the celebration, in whatever way you can.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. We're looking forward to seeing you for this year's RinHaru Week. Let's make it the best.
Yeah, let's go! Woohoo!
Woo!